What if you were born with superpowers? While people aren't actually born with the ability to shoot lasers from their eyes, as far as we know, some abilities aren't so far-fetched. People have been born with super strength, sight, and even hearing, as well as multiple other abilities. Check out these 10 superpowers kids are actually born with. Super sight, Veronica Seder. Way back in the dark ages of 1972, there lived a woman who boasted the ability to see 20 times better than the average human. Her visual acuity allowed her to identify individuals from a mile away, and she also claimed to be able to pick out individual pixels on a television set. Now, to be fair, pixels back then were pretty large, so that may not have been such a great task. Did she really have those powers? A lot of people seem to think so. Perfect recall, Stephen Wiltshire. Certain parts of the autism spectrum lead to incredible abilities, and Stephen Wiltshire is one of the best. With just a glance, he can picture something in his mind and recreate it so thoroughly that it could be a photograph. After a brief helicopter ride over New York City, Stephen was able to recreate the entire cityscape on a large piece of paper purely from memory. Perfect pitch, Derek Paravicini. Derek was blinded so soon after birth that it's unlikely he remembers what it is to see. At the tender age of 2, his nanny began taking him to piano lessons. By the age of 7, he was performing concerts in London. Derek possesses the ability to listen to a piece of music just one time and recreate it perfectly on an instrument, particularly piano. This ability, known as perfect pitch, is so incredibly rare that it's hard to make a proper comparison to those who don't possess it. It's believed that even with a lifetime of practice, the average person would be unable to do what Derek can do. Speed reading, Kim Peek. While you may think of speed reading as a way to get through textbooks more quickly, Kim Peek is a true speed reader. He was able to read books much more quickly than a normal person, and in his later years, the Times reported he had read more than 12,000 books. Despite this massive volume, he could recall their contents with nearly 98% accuracy. He suffered from a condition that resulted in fewer connections between the left and right hemispheres of his brain. Kim could almost inhale the information. Although this ability was due to his medical condition, there are others born with similar abilities. The movie Rain Man was based on savants like Kim. Super flexibility, Daniel Browning Smith. Reed Richards may seem a bit far-stretched, get it? But there are some people with insane elasticity in their tendons and ligaments. Daniel Browning Smith is one of them. Known as Rubber Boy to a lot of the world, Daniel's contortionist abilities are hard to believe. He can bring his ankles behind his neck, twist himself into incredible knots, and more. Daniel's abilities are due to a collagen disorder he was born with and makes him incredibly flexible. He could beat any of us at yoga without even breaking a sweat. Super strength, Liam Hoekstra. At a very young age, Liam Hoekstra was diagnosed with a disorder called muscular hypertrophy. What this means is simple. He builds muscle and rarely puts on fat, no matter how much he eats. In 5 months, he performed a gymnastics maneuver called an iron cross, considered difficult by most who lack the strength for it. Liam is stronger and faster than others his age, and here's another effect: he will always be naturally ripped. Feel the jealousy flow through you, literally everyone else. Eidetic memory, Brad Williams. Most of us remember particular life-changing events. Brad Williams remembers everything. He can tell you what the weather was like on this date 1 year ago, or recall what his best friend had for dinner 12 years and 16 days ago. By the age of 2, he could already read. The condition is known as hyperthymesia, and is so rare that Brad is only one of very few people known to possess it. Think of Ted from How I Met Your Mother. Brad Williams really could tell his children the story of how he met their mother in excruciating detail. Super hearing, Liddell Simpson. Liddell Simpson was born deaf. Liddell Simpson can also recognize people via his own version of sound. While experts are not entirely sure what constitutes his condition, Liddell has a form of advanced synesthesia, which allows him to hear actors' voices on television, even when the television is muted. He also speaks multiple languages and excels at sports like fencing. Liddell is the only known person with this ability, but that doesn't make his powers any less impressive. Electrical control, Slavica Pajkic. Slavica Pajkic is no ordinary man. He has the ability to withstand voltages as high as 20,000 volts, whereas 50 would be enough to injure a normal person. He can also channel electricity through his body long enough to heat a cup of water to just below boiling. Slavica doesn't have any sweat or salivary glands, which scientists believe allow him to channel the electricity through himself without harm. Night vision, Nong Yosui. Nong Yosui is known for being cat-eyed. Born in Dawa, China, Nong has sky-blue eyes. He is also rumored to have night vision, or the closest thing to it. Researchers presented Nong with a questionnaire to fill out while sitting in a pitch-black room, and he completed it without difficulty. Scientists believe that he may have a rod-rich iris, enabling him to absorb light more easily than most. However, they also stated that no single mutation would lead to this ability. It's more likely that Nong has a variety of mutations affecting his eyes which enable him to see in the dark.
I always believed I couldn't be the only one in the world, the only person who was different.